See that then, ban on gatherings between 8 and 6. I forgot where it was. I didn't see where it was, but like viruses really work like that, eh?
It's a necessity. If that time is now, CarGurus contactless services can help. Not only is it easy for you to find great deals, we're also partnering with dealers across the country to put your safety first. With CarGurus contactless services,
Contactless, there's an advert there pushing cashless for you.
And contactless purchases.
Contactless payments, that's what they're pushing now.
At CarGurus.
CarGurus pushing contactless. Move over to digital, not cash.
Now's the time to save on furniture.
All the clues are in the adverts, but people just watch them and take no notice, they can't see it.
Will last a lifetime. He's saving.
I'm in.
I'm in.
I'm in. I'm in.
I'm in.
We're all in to kick it out.
Partnering to end racism in sport.
Fucking racism in sport. God, fuck off.
Foggiest idea how to send her back.
Another fucking heap of bullshit that is.
This is Sky News at 11 o'clock. Here are the headlines. Do your duty. The UK's largest teaching union calls on the Prime Minister to close every school in England. A leaked email shows 3 London intensive care units were full on New Year's Eve as NHS staff say they're struggling to cope.
A leaked email, let's see the email. Who sent it?
Pfizer and AstraZeneca say there is no problem with supply.
See, they're pushing back now because they know there's videos out there showing them empty.
And fish.
So now they're pushing them back, saying they're full.
We get an insight into China's booming caviar industry. A leaked NHS email reveals that 3 intensive care units in London were full on New Year's Eve. North Middlesex University Hospital, Barnet Hospital and Whittington Hospital had no more room for seriously ill patients and had patients waiting for a transfer to another ICU. Boris Johnson has again committed to recruit more public sector workers, including nurses. But as our home editor, Jason...
See how they've got to put a twist on the story.
Currently working in the NHS.
A leaked email.
To cope with the demands of the pandemic.
Like they didn't want to let anyone know that it was supposed to be packed.
The number of patients here in intensive care is already double that of a normal year. And with COVID infection rates rising amongst the general population above 50,000 a day, they're bracing themselves for what comes next. Staff from other wards are already backfilling a shortage in intensive care nurses, and the hospital is considering how to reconfigure in order to absorb what the next few weeks will bring.
Because a lot of our wards are occupied with unwell patients, we sometimes struggle to find appropriate places. So we're now having to start thinking about taking over areas that aren't wards, so areas where there wouldn't normally be patients overnight, and convert them into intensive care. Such as the next step for many hospitals across London would be to consider...
Look at that pathetic distance in there. Staff who work there don't act like that.
Operating rooms themselves. So the actual operating rooms become...
So for the viewer, all staged for the viewer.
In other hospitals, they say the most limited resource is people, which might be why the government was keen today to restate its recent recruitment figures. The number of nurses in the NHS in England increased by 13,000 last year, and the number of doctors also rose by 6,000, whilst nursing and midwifery students accepting places at university also increased 26% compared to last year. Boris Johnson said in a statement, "My commitment to recruit more teachers, nurses, police officers and other frontline workers is unwavering. We've made good progress this year, but 2021 will be a year of growth and renewal, and having very best frontline workers will be a critical part of that." But according to the National Audit Office, there's still 40,000 vacancies in the nursing profession in England. And nurses say they're feeling the strain.
Your anxiety before you even get to the shift is just risen before you get there. In terms of myself personally with it, I do cry on my way to work at the moment because of just how bad things are to come. I suppose last time when we had the first wave, we weren't as exhausted as we are now. The first wave, we didn't know what we were actually going into, whereas this time we have a good idea.
Right now, the exhaustion and not being able to give the quality of care they're used to offering, and the relentless nature of this virus.
Okay, now they're right on that, aren't they?
And more staff are desperately needed now.
Quality of care. Quality of care has been eroded.
Now, makers of the Oxford AstraZeneca vaccine